Good morning, sunshines. I just wanted to come in and motivate you due to the fact that that's who I am. I'm a motivator, you know. I decided to take a walk back in nature and really speak to you guys about peace, you know, your peace, because your peace matters. It doesn't matter who you are, what you are. Your peace matters. Self-love matters. And let me tell y'all something. As I tell you all the time, when I begin to make videos like this, it's always talking about something that I've been through concerning in my life, but it always seems as if it's always like it resonates with so many people and it seems as if I'm talking about you, but it hits you because it is you, and you need that, what they call confirmation, you know. What I like to say, confirmation is kind of really saying reassuring a person, you know, and everybody in the world needs reassurance to know that they're doing the right thing. The most important thing, never give up on yourself. Never give up on the assignment. It seems hard, but if you come to a place for a thing, then you better believe that it's a big breakthrough. It's a big accomplishment, and you have to continue. By all means, keep moving, no matter how hard it gets. You know, I've learned a lot over the 6 years of living in Georgia. I never understood why did I come, because when I turned 20 years old, I didn't really care for moving anymore. I just wanted to be the best parent that I could be. Give my daughter everything, especially a home. But God said something different. God had another plan for me. He woke up something that I thought was dead. Me moving to Atlanta, I thought that was history. But in the midst of going through, when you think, you know, when you're doing everything right and things are coming to pass, you better believe God is gonna wake that thing up that you thought was over. He gonna wake it up in you, and you gotta go. You know, as I tell anybody, you know, people might call it bipolar, schizophrenia, but I call it Jesus, the Holy Spirit, actually being able to hear him clear. He spoke to me. He told me. He said for me to move to Atlanta. In the midst of me moving, I moved to Atlanta when I got done living in my first apartment in Louisiana. I moved to Georgia. I didn't want to do it, but I had to. But you know, I heard someone say, you never understand why the things in your life happen, but you will understand, and we will really, guys, you will really appreciate the thing when it happened. Who is this guy back there? Watching. Oh yeah. But anyway, you just have to be, noise drive me nuts. But anyway, stay prayed up, stay steadfast, and believe in what you believe. He's playing with me. God has a reason for everything. You never know why. You never understand. But in nationality, that thing is what it is. Where is this man? Where is he? I told him to stop. So yeah. So what I say is self-love. Everybody go through it. Everybody needs it. Everybody needs it. Everybody got to have it. You seen that shit? Everybody has to have it. Everybody needs self-love. When you don't have self-love, people do stupid things. And I've learned over time that when you don't love yourself, when people have treated you bad in the past, when the way you was treated as a child is the way you would treat others. You know that? The way people have treated you is the way you will treat others, which is the wrong thing to do. I remember when I was younger, I have to reflect on the person who taught me how to be a nurturer, and that's my grandmother. I always told her, I don't want to be treated the way people want to be treated. I want to treat people the way I know they should be treated. I want to treat people the way I feel that they should be treated. Because everybody don't want to be treated right. Everybody has a different way. Look at all this racism going on in the world. You can't even use certain words without people thinking that you're being a racist. And then, I don't care what people think. I just know who I am. I just prefer you not to try it with me, because I don't think that'll come out nicely. Because I am a lover. I am a nurturer. And it doesn't matter what color you are. That's who I am. That's who I was trained to be. Along the way, a lot of people look at me crazy for being that way. But I can't help it. Because I am who I am. I can't change who I am. And I can't expect people to treat me the way I deserve to be treated. But you can't allow ignorance to be a reflection of your life. And you can't allow people to change how you feel about yourself. But you got to stand up for something. Or fall for anything. But that's my memo. That's what I stand by. A lot of people, I'm always judged because of the color of my skin. But I don't care because I am who I am. And you're never supposed to judge without getting to know the book. When I was in school, they told me, you don't judge the book. You got to read it first because you might be judging something that you might need later. And I find it funny that people often judge you, but turn around and they need you. But then it's the beast that they often remember about you. It's the beast. It's the person who you used to be that you ain't no more. And people always want to reflect off what you used to be, but you ain't that no more. And sometimes you have to show them, you have to tell them. Sometimes you gotta meet a person where they at. If someone be judgmental towards you, you have to meet them where they at. You don't let that slide. You open your mouth because a blessed man speaks it. They don't take foolishness. You understand what I'm saying? Caution. But you are what you are, and you can't help that. It's just that that's the way life is. You can't help who you are. Like my sisters tell me all the time, girl, I couldn't be you. Now my sister couldn't. She definitely couldn't. But now I understand why she say the things that she say and why people are so overprotective of me. Because of the simple fact of who I am, the person that I am, I'm very outspoken. And I don't hold it in. I never believe in getting back. I never believe in getting the person back. But what I do believe is, I believe in karma. come have his way. But I just want to let you guys know, you are what you are. You have to take it for what it is. And that's that. Self-love. Everybody deals with it. You gotta love yourself. You gotta love yourself. And if a person see that you don't love yourself, do you know what they'll do to you? They would do the worst to you because they can. Because they can. Now, I'm not making this video in vain. Now, I know in fact that this video is for somebody. And I know in fact that somebody needs it. I thought that was a snake. Hey. Yes. But let me tell you something. I love you. Never will I be judgmental towards you. Never will I let a man down when they need my help. You understand what I'm saying? What God is teaching me now is that you are anointed and you don't have to take foolishness. And if a person don't want you around, you don't have to be around. You must leave because danger is near. Danger. When people don't want you around, you have to leave. You have to do the right thing because danger will come. Do you hear what I'm saying? Take it from me. I know. I am a person that people always seem to take advantage of because of the heart that I have, you know. But I'm really kind. But I also have a mean streak when it's time. For the most part, I enjoy being happy. And I learned that when I'm in nature, it makes me happy because I am a nature princess. I am a forest princess. Meaning that I like to be around life. I don't like to be around anything that is dead. Anything that is lack of good energy, positive energy. I don't I don't care about fixing my body, getting surgery, and nothing against anybody that do. You have to do what you have to do to make you feel pretty. But for me, I am proud of who I am. I am proud of everything that I've ever been through in life, you know, and I am so happy that God did not make my spirit. I'm grateful that I'm not what I've been through. Because sometimes when you've been through something and it's so bad, sometimes that pain could reflect on your life and it can cause you to be a very bitter person and I never want to become bitter. When I got married to my husband, I went to Ghana. You know, I wasn't desperate. I wasn't looking for a relationship. It just happened. I married my best friend out of nowhere. I met the man that I love. And oftentimes people ask me, why are you single? I'm not single. I'm married and I love my husband, you know, and it hurts me that he's not here yet and I don't know when he's coming, but hopefully it is soon. But only God knows, you know, the story. But like I said, you never try to fix yourself for man. You fix yourself for you. You don't fix yourself for the environment that you're in or to please people. You have to please yourself. You have to love what's in here, you know, because after a while, if you are pleasing everybody, if you're out there and you're helping and you're pleasing everybody, you fixing yourself for everybody, let me tell you something. It won't work. Eventually, you're going to get tired of that thing because you can never please the mind, you know. So, you know, and then later on, you know, you don't want, you know, I say, God, just give it to me. And I don't want it man-made. I want it blessed by you. Why do I want it blessed by God? Because when God gives you something, you do not have to worry about it being in vain. You're going to appreciate it. You know why you're going to appreciate it? Because It wasn't given to you. You earned it for yourself. That's the most important thing that you have to learn. Earning. You have to earn things for yourself. That's the way life is. And you can't get upset because the way people were raised. You can't get mad at that. Just say this. Don't do what you was taught towards me. Simple. That's the way I write. That's the way I walk my life. That's the way I live my life. Because I'm built on love, not hatred. Often imitated, never duplicated. But at the end of the day, I tell anybody, you take a walk in my shoes and see how far you go. Because the pain, baby, the pain. You know what you gotta do up the pain. And let me tell you about the pain. The pain of being a black woman. The pain that you endure. The way you get overlooked, but yet used. You see what I'm saying? And people constantly judge. Constantly hurt. But you still gotta walk. You still have to push yourself. You can't let down. You can't let down. It ain't my fault that I'm here. It's not. I didn't want to come here, but he wanted me here. And he want me here, so I have to do what I'm told. That's just the way I am. That's what I do. Now I understand God, he tells you to doing these things. The Spirit, whomever you believe, tells you to doing these things, but he never tell you anything that will hurt you or hurt someone else. He always tell you something that will heal and help. You see? And that's the way life is. But I'm a loner. And I enjoy being a loner. But at the end of the day, when I come and I experience life, I'm always happy. I'm always excited when I'm in nature. You see? And it doesn't matter how it happens, but it happens. Life is life, But what I want what I like, what I want peace. I want people to love themselves. And I want people to be treated equally. That is my wish. I would like the world to be treated equally. The black man bleed like white man. Just as a white man bleed, a black man bleed. Just as a white woman bleed, a black woman bleed. It's not the color of our skin. By color of our skin don't make us equal. It's the way we bleed. It's the way we shed tears. The tears that we shed are the same. And that's what we need. We need people to be honest, I used to ask God to stabilize me like you stabilize the trees in the ground. Now let me tell you something. You have to ask him. Because if you ask, and it shall be given. Knock, and the door shall be open. You understand? Man can't judge you, but God, he can. You see? And that's just the way it is. Now, I hope this blesses you. For whomever this may be, please allow me to know how this helps you, and let me know if it helps you. Perhaps it might not help you. Perhaps you're too ignorant to even see what I'm trying to say. But at the end of the day, life keeps lifing, You have to keep moving, no matter how hard the pain is. And you always love one another. You help one another. The way you treat people is the way God is going to treat you. Peace. I love you. Bye.
Is this all real? Or is it just happening inside my head?
Of course it's happening inside your head, Harry. Why should that mean that it's not real?
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a what?
A wizard and a thumping good, I'd wager.